Back again in the eDraft.com studios. Hey, it's Luke Inman getting you caught up on the entire 2015 draft class. Well, you could probably fit the list of players that helped themselves at the combine more than Clemson's Vic Beasley on just one hand. After the edge rusher wowed with a 4.53 40-yard dash and threw up 35 reps at the bench press. On top of that, ranked in the top 5 among all linebackers at the 3-cone drill, the short shuttle, the vertical jump, and the broad jump. So let's jump to the tape, where I want to show you how all those numbers translate to the field for Beasley, who's being regarded as one of the best pass rushers in the entire 2015 class. Well, just in case you don't know, let me just quickly try to set the stage for you about Beasley, who has arguably the best first step of any pass rusher in this draft, who just explodes off the snap and uses his acceleration to blow by offensive tackles who are often caught off guard and downright shocked by Beasley's jump off the ball. Here's a few clips that I want you to just sit back and appreciate how quick and explosive Beasley really is, getting off the line of scrimmage and into the backfield oftentimes before his own teammates haven't even gotten out of their stance. You can see how quick Beasley is, always the first guy into the backfield and light years ahead of everyone else in the trenches off the snap of the ball. And from there, while he doesn't always need it, Beasley shows a good flexibility and athletic bend and duck to keep linemen disengaged and help him get around the edge and into the pocket. You know, I think my favorite thing about Alabama receiver Amari Cooper after watching the tape was his ability to manipulate defenders who were forced to respect his speed by counteracting them with other moves that put them in a guessing game type situation. Beasley reminds me a lot of that situation, as his explosive speed and acceleration forces linemen to protect the outside rush off the edge. But Beasley is smart enough to understand when his opponent has committed to the outside, and from there does a great job counteracting with a move back into the inside that is equally as explosive and effective. Check out the job Beasley does to keep his defender off balance and guessing with these moves back to the inside. Now, a lot of edge rushers have speed, and plenty of them have power, but the great ones are able to use their quick acceleration and speed and generate that into power. Getting up and into his stride so quickly, Beasley does a good job of generating power from his lower body through the momentum already built up. Here's a few more clips that show off Beasley's ability to generate his speed into power. One of the biggest things Beasley improved on from the 13 to 14 season was his hand technique. Check out this play that shows, with his blend of speed and fundamentals, how easy he makes getting around the edge look by keeping his defenders' hands away and disengaged. Well, in a deep class of edge rushers, to separate yourself from the pack, I want guys that have a variety of ways they get to the passer. Here, Beasley shows off a sneaky spin move to go along with that inside and outside pass rushes. All right, well, it's not all biscuit wheels on a gravy train with Beasley. It's time to talk about his weaknesses, and the majority of that falls in the running game, where he lacks the bulk and strength to anchor and set the edge. And on top of that, Beasley shows some sloppy tackling techniques, and at times, just a flat-out lazy effort to play through the whistle. Watching Beasley get washed out of running plays like these make you realize he isn't a good fit or a natural full-time defensive end, but instead should be groomed as a stand-up linebacker where he can best utilize his assets. Tough one to swallow here. Tied up against Florida State in overtime. Beasley's job is to protect his edge inside of the field, but instead he over-pursues down the line of scrimmage and really shows awful discipline, staying home, and poor technique to even make the tackle, giving Williams an easy bounce-back lane he uses to walk into the end zone untouched. You know, those little things are going to need to be coached up and refined before Beasley sees the field in the NFL. Whenever I break down the tape, I love to watch top talent against other top competition because it's a really good tool and indicator of how the player you're evaluating could match up at the next level with better talent. Here against Florida State tight end Nick O'Leary, who will be playing on Sundays, Beasley does a great job knocking him off balance, throwing him to the ground, and from there, helping stop the run. Later in the same game, Beasley was engaged in another great matchup against projected second-round offensive lineman Cam Ervin, who held him in check early in the game, and as you can see here, even registered a few pancakes. Stood Beasley upright a few times, really knocking the wind out of his sail. But as Ervin learned, Beasley is just too good of a talent to keep quiet for all 4 quarters. And once the ebbs and flow of the game kicked in, Beasley did what he does best, using his speed, hand technique, and bend around the edge to blow past Ervin for not 1, but 2 critical sacks under the bright lights of a big stage. Ultimately, Beasley won the first of what could be many battles with an offensive lineman he could see again soon on Sundays. Remember, Beasley killed the combine and likely made himself some of that Johnny Manziel money in the process after he solidified he is one of the top pass rushers in a very deep class. Remember though, Beasley struggles against the run. He's likely going to have to add strength and bulk up in the NFL. And whether your team runs a 4-3 defense or a 3-4 defense, I think after what we saw on tape, Beasley is best suited standing up as your outside linebacker. Listen, hard to sit here and say the Jacksonville Jaguars couldn't be in play for Beasley as early as pick number 3, but behind them you've got the Washington Redskins, Chicago Bears, Atlanta Falcons, even the New York Giants, all in need of what Beasley possesses. At the end of the day, though, can't see a talent like Vic Beasley lasting outside the top 15 picks. But that's all for now. Luke Inman, eDraft.com Studios, signing out.